Hi everyone, I'm Angela. Welcome and welcome back to Angela's Fashion Mix. I hope you all had a fantastic day and I thank you for being here. If you are new and if you've never seen me before, this is where I talk about fashion, how to enjoy the pieces that we bring home and put into our wardrobe, and how to create some looks day to day for wherever we're going. Also, sometimes some lifestyle and a periodic DIY. So today's video, as you see, is a vlog. It's what I've been up to for the past week or so, and there are a variety of things. For those of you that do not know, I am from North Carolina. That is my home, and we go pretty frequently. So we're about 2 hours away from either of our homes. We're both from the same city. And I have an aunt. She's my last aunt on my mom or my dad's side, and there were a lot of them. And she's 87. We're all over the place with regard to who my husband needs to see, who I need to see, who we see together, all of those kinds of things. So we're just busy in those hours that we're home. So on the last trip, I wanted to visit my aunt first. And so in doing so, I went a different direction than I would normally go with regard to my route. So I had a moment that took me back to third grade while traveling. And on this particular part of this road, I have probably not been on that road, I'm going to say, in 40 years. It's probably been more. I'm sure it's been 40 years. And while on those, just driving along, I happened to see a sign for an elementary school. And it was my third grade elementary school. I had a whole moment. I passed it, I turned around and went back and drove through the parking lot and all of that. I could see myself on the field for field days with those two-legged races and all of those fun things we used to do back then. I had to sit there and process that. So Cooper's Elementary School, if you are anywhere near Elm City, North Carolina, you probably know where it is. And it just brought back all kinds of wonderful childhood memories. And again, for that part of the road, when I saw the school, because this again is not a route that we normally take, I went this way because of where I was trying to go, and I was going to Wilson, North Carolina, to see my aunt. This particular route took me off of 95, a little closer in to where I needed to go. And it was such a surprise because where it took me, I wasn't unfamiliar with the area. I just had not seen it in a very long time. And had I gone my normal route, I would have come to an intersection. The school would have been this way, which I never had a reason to go, and my aunt is this way. So I never have had a reason to be on that part of the road. So I thought about that 20 times since I passed the school. So I just wanted to share that. We have these unexpected moments that bring such joy. That was one that brought a lot of joy back and a great way to start my day. So I visited my aunt. Like I said, she's in Wilson, North Carolina. She has dementia. So it's challenging, but in her moments of clarity, we always get in some good laughs about whatever. So it was a good visit. Always good to see her. And I have family in the Wilson area as well. I also have a cousin in Wilson as well. Now, my aunt has dementia, so it just depends on the hour of the day that I get there as to whether or not she knows who I am. And I had a good, there were some good moments in my visits. There are always some good moments. And we're good to have some good laughs. So I cherish those moments. And I showed her a picture of my mom, who is her sister. And I asked her, did she know who this was? And she said, that's my sister. And that warmed my heart. And I asked her, did she know which one? And she said, yeah, that's Bay. So we took that and kind of tried to expand on that while she was having a moment of clarity. So that was an awesome thing to see. And so, those of you that have family members that are experiencing dementia, early stages, or even if they are well into the course of dementia, take those moments, hold them tight because they are fleeting. My mom had dementia. That is not what took her. I've mentioned before, she had breast cancer. That's what took her, but she also had early stages of dementia. So I take this moment also to remind us, you, share your family histories. You just don't know. It may be something you think you're only experiencing. Of course, dementia is something that everyone is going to know about. But for those things that we tend to hold close because we don't want people to know, share those things because they're important for others to know. They might have a similar symptom and they may not know it's hereditary. So take those moments for your loved ones that are experiencing dementia and cherish every laughter moment, every smile moment, every moment of clarity because it is such a hard process to watch. So my heart goes out to you all that are in this space. I was also in town for my sister-in-law's birthday retirement party. She recently retired for the second time and was also celebrating her recent birthday. So a joint effort for party celebrations. So we were in town for that. Now, for those of you that are from the South, you'll see something in the video that may be familiar to you. There's a store at home called Red and White, and we go there pretty regularly. And they have what we call in North Carolina, or at least where I'm from, dry sausage. It's smoked sausage. Not the red kind. It's a drier sausage. You can fry it, you can boil it, you can do whatever. So I was watching a YouTube video of someone I followed from the Philippines, and she was on a trip and she was looking for a store that sold foods from the Philippines. And she found this sausage. She called it pork sausage, which it is. And she asked one of the ladies in the store, how does she cook it? And the lady said she boils it until the water boils out, and then she lets it cook in its own juices until it gets drier, it turns brown, it turns a bit harder, all of that, poke a hole in it so the juices kind of help to cook it. And when she started talking about it, I'm like, that lady's from North Carolina. The Philippines. We all know that countries share a lot of the same foods. They're just called something different. But when she started talking about how she cooks the pork sausage, I'm like, that's a North Carolina sausage for sure. So you'll see a little bit of what that looks like before we get it home. And typically we usually buy somewhere around 3 pounds. I bring it home, I cut it up, put it in foil, put it in the freezer. So that's a breakfast sausage. Of course, it's great anytime, but we eat it for breakfast. So we kind of alternate between that and bacon, but that is something that we absolutely enjoy. So you've heard me mention Very Ashley before. It's a boutique here in Richmond. I've taken you to the store before. Very nice upscale boutique. The store has recently relocated, still in the area. And I got an invitation to the owner's birthday celebration, which was on this past Thursday. So she was having an event at the store. So I went by there. So I'm taking you to that. And also I could bring a friend. So I took a friend with me. And so it was very nice. Nice location. Love the mall. You've seen the mall before. And if you are in the area, Very Ashley is now in Short Pump Town Center. She's across from Build-A-Bear on the Dillard's end of the mall. So go check out her new location. So that was very nice. And Ashley is always very gracious. Just a very sweet individual. And she has lots of beautiful things in the store. So definitely stop by and check her out on your next shop to Short Pump Town Center. So about a couple of months ago, I got an email from one of you. And The email said that her husband was taking her on a shopping trip and she wanted to come to Richmond. She wanted to know if we could connect and where should she go and all of that fun stuff. So I sent her a list of places I felt like she needed to see while she was here shopping. So this past Saturday, I had the opportunity to meet Helene. Helene shops my lives as well. And so I got a chance to meet her and her husband. They were in town for a weekend trip. And so we had a really good time. It was nice sharing in that way, live and personal. So I took her to a couple of my favorite consignment stores, which you'll see. And then they were on their own for a bit and were looking for specific restaurants and things like that. Since she's been back home, we have chatted a bit via text, and so she said she had a really good time, so that was very nice. So she left with some goodies. So while out with Helene, I picked up one thing, and it is a bag in camel. It kind of has some variation of colors, and I fell in love with the shape of it. So I was telling Helene, I said, Helene, you know I have some camel bags. But I don't have this one. So that was my reasoning behind it. And I know, we can't buy everything because we don't have one of it already. But we tend to do some of that sometimes. And this was my sometimes. So I love the shape of this. It has a braided detail here on the front. It's gold hardware. And the strap is both adjustable and detachable. So we have some flexibility there. So we are going to love that bag. And that was my one purchase while we were out. So Helene, you'll see that bag soon in a short, I'm sure. So I am putting it on you as to the reason why I have that bag. I would not have been in that store on Saturday. So I have that bag thanks to you. So Helene, I appreciate your time. Thank you and your husband both for visiting here in Richmond, and I hope we get to do that again. Thank you so very much. Also in this video, it's that time of year where here at home, we're focusing a little bit on the outside and just kind of doing a little bit of refresh with some florals and some color outside. So we picked up a few things. There are a couple more things we want to add, but just to kind of get that process started. I typically lean heavily into perennials. I do not like to plant things year to year. This space is not my lane. I like the pretty of it. I don't like to do it. So if I'm going to have it out there, I want it to come back next year on its own. So annuals are pretty. I like them, but I try to, when it comes to annuals, do something that's probably going to last from spring until fall. So that's probably what I'm looking at next. But for what we have and have picked up, we have some perennials. So we're going to get those where they need to be. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have not already, please do subscribe, like, and share. And tell a friend maybe you haven't shared the video with, or a family member who might need some inspiration when it comes to their wardrobe day to day. Tell them to check out Angela's Fashion Mix, and so that we can all enjoy our closets together. I thank you always for the support. And on this coming Tuesday, April 30th, we're at the end of the month already. April 30th, Tuesday at 7 p.m., we'll resume our live closet sales. Have a wonderful start to your week, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.
Ashley, my brand new location in Short Hometown Cinema. Today we are just having a celebration of my 40th birthday, which is actually tomorrow. But tomorrow is a special day that I'm spending with my family, like mom, dad, nephews, you know, like the intimate family. But today I can spend it with all my customers and it really make very Ashley special.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Congrats.
Thank you.